and the packing situations. Yeah, this is for the first part. Yeah, now let's introduce the second part. And on this part, our course will put the pictures of all size inspection pictures. And for example, for the first page, is this screw and the screw. Also, we call it hexagonal bolts. Yeah, size is 8 by 1.25. This is the pitch, and the length is 17 millimeter, and this material is stainless 316. And we can see this is the inner packing pictures, and also this is a test picture of the head thickness, also the body diameter, and the west to west head size, and also this length. And this is carton labels. Yeah.
Okay.
And this page is different. Different products is for the nut. Yeah, it's different tests. We can see the nut thickness. Yeah, wet to wet, and also the inner diameter. And I can see this is our label is AYA, and also the grade strength grade is A4-17. Yeah, 17 grade, and this also the inner box labels.
Okay, very clear.
Yeah, and this is the last. This is the washer size is different with the bolts and nuts. This page is the test of washer, and this is the inner diameter and the outside diameter, and also we can see the different. This is also the outside diameter and the inner packing and the labels. Yeah, and on this part, the third part, we will show the totally test pictures. And for this we have 3 sides, so we will totally show to our customer the test pictures. Okay. Yeah, now let's introduce the third part. And on this part, is our course will put the container loading pictures. Like this is an open picture and half open picture, and then closed picture, and this is the sales picture and loading pictures. And the last part is our just sum up totally inspection report, and the storage is warehouse surface variant is in good order and condition, and packing is in pallet, dimension is compliant with our orders request, and who is the survivor and the reviver. This date is our investigation date, and also our loading container date. Yeah, and well, I think for this part and totally. From our inspection report, it's clear for our customer to know about our cargo steel agents and the qualities.
Yeah.
I
think many customers will like this inspection report. It's very helpful.
Yeah, it also can help our customer to save the inspection charges.
Okay, very good. And then I say let's move to the next part.
Okay.
The product introduction. Today, our live streaming will present the Latin America and the North America market.
Okay.
Our main products are both nuts and washer. And finally, we will have a flashlight activity.
Yes, okay. First, let's together to watch our production video.
Okay.
Nuts and bolts are made from what's called steel wire rod. After spending up to 30 hours in a furnace to soften it enough to be worked, the wire rod goes into a bath of sulfuric acid to remove any rust particles. It's rinsed in water, then coated with phosphate, a chemical compound. This prevents the steel from rusting before the bolt forming begins, and lubricates the steel to make forming easier. They form the bolts by cold forging, shaping the steel at room temperature by forcing it through various dies at high pressure. The forming machine first straightens the wire rod, then cuts it into pieces slightly longer than the bolt length. The extra will become the bolt head. Each piece goes through a die that makes it perfectly round, then through a series of dies that progressively shape the head of the bolt on one end. The machine heads up to 300 bolts per minute. Here's what the heading stages look like in slow motion. This die creates a slight collar. The next one turns it into a round head. Then the last die transforms that into a hexagonal head, the most common shape. Next, the machine forms the opposite end of the bolt. A tool called the pointer shapes the bottom of each bolt, creating what's called the chamfer, the part the nut catches onto. Here's the bolt before and after the chamfer. The bolt needs threads to enable the nut to screw onto it. Once again, they use the cold forging method. High-pressure rollers press in the thread pattern, as we see here in slow motion. This is the actual speed, up to 300 volts per minute. During each production run, they take several samples to verify dimensions. They use various measuring devices, a micrometer to check the bolt's length, calipers to measure the width of the head, and a ring gauge to check the threads. To make the nuts, they use a process called hot forging. They cut steel bars into small pieces known as slugs, then heat them to 1200 degrees Celsius to make them malleable. As we see here in slow motion, hydraulic hammers punch the slugs into hexagons, while a die pierces the hole. Then a tool called a tapper drives into the hole to cut the threads. That black liquid is a lubricant oil to minimize the wear and tear on the tappers. The nuts and bolts now go into an oven at 870 degrees Celsius for about an hour. This gives them the required strength. Then a rapid cooling in oil for 5 minutes solidifies the steel's internal structure. By now, the steel is hard but brittle, so they heat the nuts and bolts for another hour. This removes their brittleness, yet maintains their strength. The quality control team pulls samples off the line, measuring how much force it takes to break them. If a bolt meets its minimum strength requirement, it passes inspection, provided the break occurs threading, the weakest part. Finally, packaging, labeled among other things by size and grade. Nuts and bolts are made from what?
Okay, now let's back to our live streaming.
Okay, I think many customers will know the production process of the bolts and nuts through this video.
Yes, it's very clearly.
Okay. And then we can see we have so many different products on the table. Could you introduce to us?
Yes, of course. And today we will introduce the 4 types. First, like this type. This is why we call it the bolts, and because the head shape is hexagonal, we call it hexagonal bolts.
Okay.
Sorry. And also we will introduce this type as hexagonal nuts.
Okay.
Yeah, and we will introduce 2 different washers, and like this flat washer, and also this type as spring lock washer.
Okay. Are there bolts, nuts, and washers or standard parts?
Yes, for the fasteners, and then they divided into 2 kinds. One is the standard parts, and then another is the non-standard parts. Also, we call it special standard parts. Yeah, for the standard parts, just like this type, and the customer need to provide just like the standard, and also the product's name, specification, and the material, carbon steel, stainless steel, and the strength level and surface treatment, and then we can quote price. And for the special standard, except for my mentioned items, our customer is better to send us the data drawing to send to technical to check whether can production it.
Okay. And what are the main standards, common standards
in the world? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there are many kinds of different standards in the world, and the most common is just like the DIN. Yeah, it's Germany standard, and the ANSI is American standard, and also our GB is China standard, and also is very common, just like GIS, Japanese standard. And the most common one is the DIN and also ANSI, American standard.
Okay, and what are the main material of the balls?
Yeah, there are many different materials, just like the carbon steel, and then
Mhm.
like stainless steel, and then we have the copper, aluminum, and the different steels. And the most common one is just like the carbon steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the carbon steel, we also divide different types, just like the low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, and high carbon steel, and alloy steel. There's different grade. We will choose different material. And also like this type, for its stainless type. Stainless type is different. The most popular is 304 and 316.
Okay. So many different materials.
Yeah.
And how can our customers clearly express the specifications?
Yeah, okay. Now I prepare a specification to show our customer. Okay, now let's together to introduce this specifications. Yeah, this is the full name written by our customer. Yeah, we can see the size specifications M4-0.7 by H. Yeah, and then now let's introduce the floor means the diameter of the box is 4 millimeter, and 0.7 means the pitch is 0.7 millimeter, and also the 8 means the length, body length is 8 millimeter. Yeah, I think it's clear for the size.
Yeah. Okay, and we all know there are many different grades in one standard.
Yeah.
And how to distinguish the grade?
Okay, first let's introduce to our customer. Generally, for our customer, can find the grade. Yeah, string grade on the ball's head. We can see for this ball, the string grade is 8.8. Yeah. And then the different strings grade mainly refer to our customer's application. Yeah, for the common balls, it's very common to see it's just like the 4.8, yeah, 5.8, 6.8, and also like this one is 8.8 level. And then we also have the 10.9 and the 12.9. And the common corresponding for the nuts, we have the grade 4, 6, yeah, and the grade 8, and grade 10, and grade 12. Yeah. And you can see how to distinguish. And if the strings lower than the 8.8 or the below to 8.8 level, just like 4.8 and 6.8, we call it the ordinary balls. Yeah, also the common use for balls. And the balls just like this one, 8.8 level, and higher this level, just like 10.9 and 12.9, we call it high strength balls. Yeah, on these high strength balls, we will have the extra process like the oil or water clean treat.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. And we can see you have many samples and toys on the table, and their surface color are different.
Yeah.
Could you introduce to us? the
Yeah, of
surface
course.
color?
Yeah, we can see first. Let's introduce this type. This type we call it plain surface. Yeah, the plain surface means that the surface no any other surface treatment. Yeah, only maybe
Oil.
yeah oil to anti-rust. There's
Okay.
no any other surface treatment. And for this type, it's very common type. Yeah, this type we call it zinc plated. It's a very popular surface treatment like the white zinc plated.
Okay.
And compared with the white zinc plated, we also have this type. When we compare together, maybe we can find it's two little different surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, this type we call it zinc plated, but surface difference. This is more white. This
Yeah.
is a little blue, and then for this type we call it blue zinc plated. And then these two kinds zinc plated is very popular in our customer inquiry. Yeah, and except for the zinc plated type, we also have this type. And now that together to compare with this type. This type is different. We call it hot dip galvanized type.
Okay.
Yeah, this type have very good rust resistance, and also the zinc coating is more higher than the zinc plated type. Yeah, and we can see the zinc plated type, the surface is more shining.
Yeah.
Yeah, more shining. And for this type have a little matte, but this is have very good quality. Yeah, and compare with this type for zinc plated, we also have this type. This type is different zinc plated. It's yellow zinc plated.
Yeah, color is yellow.
And also this one is also very popular. And this type we call it the black oxidation, and this type and zinc plated type is both very popular for our customers' requirement.
Okay. And then let's move to the next products, the washer.
Yeah.
As we said before, we have two different types of washer. And could you introduce to us?
Today we have two kinds of washers to introduce to our customers. This type we call it flat washer or the plain washer because it's plain. Plain washer. Different calling line, a different name for our customer. And we will introduce this type. This type is different, and we can see it has a curtain on it. Curtain on it, we call it spring lock washer, and also some customer call it is a pressure washer. Because after the cutting, they have the pressure on it. And for this plain washer, now let's introduce. So we can see. The plain washer is just between the bolts and nuts, which increasing the surface area of connective parts and protecting the connective parts from being damaged. That's main applications. And for the spring, for this type, for this spring lock washer is different with the plain washer. And this one also will put together with the plain washer and with the spring lock washer and the one flat washer and the nuts together, three of these. As for the spring lock washer, is mainly to increase the pressure on the bolts and nuts and from loosen.
Different types for different purpose. Okay. And then let's talk about the packing. What's the common packing of the international trading?
Generally we could do the packing from our customers' requirements. For example, you can see today in our table have two kinds of different packings. Is our Hubei Sinostars AYA brand packing. This is just a small box. This is we can do 1 kg per box or 100 pieces or 1,000 pieces from different size. I suppose it's okay for us. And also for the home center customers, we also have this types of like the plastic box, small box. This is from different customers' requirements, and generally for the retailer people or the different customers, and very popular is the 25 kilograms for cartons and 20 kilograms with pallet. That's the loose pieces in the cartons. It's also very popular. However, it's no problem for us to do the packing with our customers' requirements.
Okay, Cassie, thanks for giving us the detailed introduction. I think my customers will know about the fastener products.
Yes.
Okay, and then let's move to the next part. It's most of interest to our customers, the flash sale activity.
Yes. Okay. Today in our live streaming, our customer can get 3% discount for total size of the fasteners. That's like the bolts, nuts, and the washers. Each size our customer can get this 3% discount for total size.
Okay, that's this 3% discount for all the bolts, nuts, and washer products in your live streaming today.
Yes. If you are interested in the bolts and nuts, please leave your message and our customer service will contact you soon. Please take this chance to contact us.
Okay, it's a very special discount in the content fair. Please contact our customer service as soon as possible.
Yes, please take this chance to contact our customer service.
Okay, that's it until now. Live streaming today will come to an end.
Thanks for watching our live streaming.
Thanks for all support. And now you can see many customers contacting us.
Friends who not caught up our live streaming, please reverse back and watch our reply.
Welcome to Zhang Hebei Sinostars live streaming at time 20 o'clock tomorrow. Tomorrow we also have multi-flash sale activities on both nuts and washer. You can scan or check QR code. We will answer any questions for you immediately.
Yes. Please take this chance to contact us.
Okay.
Thanks for everyone. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
这个
少说了一句话。
这中间好像